The savanna stretches endlessly under a burning sunset. A lone lion walks with purpose, his every step echoing through the dry, golden grass of his vast kingdom. Why does the lion, the true king of the wilderness, never turn his head when he hears the high-pitched, mocking laughter of the hyenas trailing behind him? Because he understands a profound truth. Even a single glance backward is a form of charity, a gift of attention that those below him do not deserve. His silence is his dignity. To acknowledge the noise is to give it power. A king does not negotiate his peace with those who only know how to howl. Centuries later, in a world of concrete and noise, Nolan faces his own pack of hyenas. He is a young leader surrounded by the chaos of judgment. The insults fly like arrows. He can feel the heat of their anger and the weight of their expectations pressing down on his shoulders in this crowded market. They want a reaction. They want him to scream, to fight, or to break. Every mocking voice is a trap designed to pull him into their darkness. At this moment, he is not a lion. He is a man caught in a storm, wondering if his restraint is a sign of courage or cowardice. The air is thick with malice. These are the people who envy his position, using their words to chip away at the foundation of his steady character. He feels the sting of every word. In a world that equates strength with loud retaliation, walking away feels like an agonizing defeat for his pride. His heart hammers against his roots. The urge to strike back, to defend his honor with force, is a fire burning deep within his very soul. Sweat stings his eyes, but he refuses to blink. He is on the edge of a precipice, deciding whether to fall into the abyss of rage. Is silence truly a weakness? Or is it the ultimate expression of a power so great that it doesn't need to be proven to the small-minded? With a heavy heart, he turns his back. Behind him, the laughter grows louder, sharper, and more mocking. Yet he continues to walk without looking back. He leaves the battleground, choosing the path of isolation over the theater of conflict. Every step away feels like a victory and a burden combined. The noise of the market fades, replaced by the gentle rustle of leaves. He enters the sanctuary of Grandma Farah, a place where time slows down. Here, the air is cool and carries the scent of jasmine. It is a world apart from the venomous words that still echo in his mind. He feels small and defeated. The silence of the garden feels like a mirror, reflecting his own internal turmoil and the wounds of his pride. He asks himself if he was a coward for not fighting. The shame of retreating feels like a poison that he cannot seem to wash away. Grandma Farah approaches him with the quiet grace of someone who has weathered 1,000 storms and emerged with a heart full of peace. She has watched him grow, and she sees the fire of anger burning in his eyes, a fire that threatens to consume his inner peace. Without a word, she brings forth an ancient mirror. Its frame is worn by time, but the glass remains clear, waiting to tell a story. She places the weight of the past into his hands. Look closely, she whispers, her voice like the sound of dry leaves dancing in the wind. Nolan sees a stranger in the glass. He sees a man possessed by the very hatred of those he claims to despise, his face twisted in pain. He realizes that his anger hasn't hurt his enemies. It has only scarred his own reflection, turning his spirit into a battlefield of resentment. Grandma Farah's smile is a soothing balm. She knows the secrets of the heart, and she prepares to teach him the greatest lesson of all. My child, she says, your enemies cannot touch your soul. They can only throw mud at the image of you that they carry in their minds. She gathers the earth, the cold and messy reality of human spite. She holds it up, letting Nolan see the raw material of every insult. The mud strikes the glass. It obscures the view, making the reflection ugly and distorted. Nolan flinches as the clear surface is suddenly soiled. If you react with anger, she explains, you are using your own hands to smear this mud further, making the stain deeper and wider. He begins to understand. The mud isn't him. The mud is just an external force that only becomes a part of him if he chooses to touch it. But if you remain still, she continues, the rain of time will come. It will wash away the dirt, and your mirror will shine again. Back on the plains, the lion moves with a rhythm that is older than time itself. He is a mountain that refuses to be moved by pebbles. The hyena's laughter is a sign of its own insecurity. It screams because it is small, hoping to pull the great down to its lowly level. Notice his breath. It never falters. His heart beats with the steady thrum of the earth, unbothered by the frantic noise of those behind him. Every step is a statement of sovereignty. He does not need to roar to prove his presence. His very existence is a roar that silences the weak. Think of your mind as a deep, still lake. An insult is a stone thrown into its depths. Let it sink without disturbing the surface. The ripples appear, they dance for a moment, and then they disappear. The lake remains, unchanged and unmoved, holding its peace beneath the sun. Nolan breathes in the stillness. He visualizes the insults as those ripples, letting them pass through him rather than getting caught in his soul. He releases the need to be right. He releases the need to be understood by those who have already chosen to misunderstand him completely. In this silence, he finds a strength that no weapon can match. He is learning that his peace is a fortress that he alone controls. The hyenas are frantic because they depend on your reaction for their power. When you offer them nothing, they become nothing but empty noise. The lion's power is silent. It is the power of a mountain, the power of the deep ocean, the power that simply is, without explanation. He understands the predator's secret. Silence is the ultimate shield. It is the wall that no mockery can climb, no insult can penetrate. Weeks later, Nolan returns to the fray, but he is a different man. He enters the boardroom not with a shield, but with an internal sun. A rival attempts to provoke him, using aggressive words and sharp accusations. The room holds its breath, waiting for the young leader to explode. The man's voice cracks with desperation. He is a hyena in a suit, barking at a king who has forgotten how to be offended. Nolan listens, but he does not absorb. He treats the shouting as background noise, like the distant hum of an old, malfunctioning air conditioner. He smiles, a gentle recognition of the other man's struggle. He sees the fear behind the anger and the weakness behind the loud display. He continues his work, focusing on the goal rather than the distraction. His attention is a currency he refuses to spend on this confrontation. The silence is deafening. The rival falters, his anger collapsing under the weight of Nolan's indifference. Without an opponent, his battle is merely a monologue. The power dynamic in the room shifts visibly. Control has passed from the loudest voice to the quietest mind. Silence has won the day. They see a true professional. They see a leader who cannot be rattled, a man whose dignity is not for sale at any price. When he finally speaks, his words carry the weight of truth. He addresses the problem, not the person, keeping his focus on the objective. He has mastered the art of professional detachment. He knows that his energy is his most precious resource, and he guards it fiercely. He wears his peace like a crown. It is a crown that no insult can tarnish and no enemy can ever hope to take away. The sun has set, leaving a world painted in the colors of dreams. The savanna is finally quiet, resting under the watchful eyes of heaven. Nolan stands on his own peak, looking back at the journey. He realizes that the loudest voices are usually the ones with the least to say. The lion rests in silence. His territory is secure, not because he killed every hyena, but because he refused to let them change who he is. Peace is the ultimate power. It is the ability to be whole in a broken world, to be silent in a world that never stops screaming. He looks into his mirror one last time. The mud is gone. All he sees now is the reflection of the stars and the clarity of his own soul. Your value is not determined by the opinions of those who cannot see your light. Your value is inherent, eternal, and beyond any human judgment. Master your reactions, and you master your life. The world can only bother you if you give it permission to enter your inner sanctum. Remember, the lion never turns back when hyenas laugh. He knows his path lies forward, guided by a strength that the world cannot touch or break.